Have you ever been extremely tired, laid on your bed, yet sleep refused to come? Your body is exhausted, but your mind is still running. That is because sleep is not only physical. A restless mind often creates a restless body, while a calm mind helps create restful sleep. Hi, welcome to another episode of Mental Health series with Couch Ebube. And in today's video, we'll be looking at difficulty sleeping and some practical ways you can improve sleep and have a quality night rest. And at the end of this video, I have interesting questions for you. So keep watching. Welcome back. Oftentimes, we are encouraged to sleep at least 7 to 9 hours daily. Difficulty falling asleep is very common, especially during period of stress, anxiety, overthinking, or when you have irregular schedules or unhealthy habits. Sleep problems are not only physical, they are also connected to the mind, your emotions, environment, and even the behavior you get yourself involved in. A restless mind often creates a restless body, whereby a calm mind helps create restful sleep. Here are the practical ways to fall asleep more easily. Number one is that keep a consistent sleep schedule. The brain works on a biological clock called the circadian rhythm. It is being controlled by the part of the brain known as the suprachiasmatic nucleus. We are going to be calling it XCM in this video. Those clocks help to keep the body on roughly 24-hour schedule and is mainly regulated by light. However, it can also be influenced by darkness, your meal time, your activity level, and even temperature. When light enters the eyes, signals are sent to the XCM to help adjust the body internal timing. The XCM will now help to regulate important hormones such as the melatonin, which is the sleep hormone. It is released in the body when darkness is seen or when darkness penetrates into the body. That will not make you sleepy. The XCM can also release cortisol, which is the stress hormone. This hormone helps to wake you up and provide you energy in the morning. The XCM also helps to release the serotonin, which helps to regulate your mood and your daytime alertness. It also helps in the release of the growth hormone, which is released mostly during deep sleep at night. That is to say, light, darkness, meal time, and daily habits all help the brain reset this clock every day. When the body clock is aligned, your sleep, your mood, your focus, and body function, everything remains balanced. But when this thing is disrupted, your energy, your emotions, and overall health can be affected because at this point, the body becomes confused. So now, try to sleep around the same time every night. Maintain a consistent sleep window. You might not meet up at exact time. For example, if you say you want to sleep at 10 p.m. every day, sometimes you can sleep at 10:30 or even few minutes to 11. But try to maintain a consistent sleeping window if exact timing is very difficult. Wake up at the same time every morning, even on weekends if possible. Those will now train your body to expect sleep naturally. The second one is reduce screen exposure before bed. Since light is one of the strongest stimulants or even the major stimulant of the XCM, exposure to light through the eyes affects the brain significantly. Either light from your phone, light from your TV, and laptop, they can suppress the melatonin, which is the hormone that helps you to sleep, making it harder not only to fall asleep, but to sleep deeply. This effect is even stronger in children who are still growing. Growth and recovery happens during deep sleep at night. An excessive screen time before bed can reduce sleep quality and proper rest. Let me give you an example. If you're a parent here, you must have experienced walking into the sitting room during weekends especially, and finding your children fully alert watching TV late into the night. Once that TV is turned off and they are sent to bed, within few minutes they fall asleep. What do you think that just happened? They were already tired, but the screen simulation was keeping the brain active. Even after going to bed, the brain may continue replaying what was watched before finally settling into sleep. This can affect the child's mood, it can affect their concentration, learning, their growth, and even their activity the next day. The child may wake up tired, irritable. The child will wake up less focused. So try to avoid screen time at least 30 minutes to 1 hour before bed. And for children, preferably at least an hour before sleep. Instead of exposing them to light before they sleep, try to read a calming book to them. Teach them morals through storytelling. That was the role of Moonlight Tales back in the days. Talk to them about God. Talk to them about nature. Listen to soft music. Pray. Meditate. Practice journaling. Read at least before bed. Because the mind tends to keep whatever was done few minutes before bed intact. And also the brain needs a cooling down period before sleeping. Now the next one is calm the mind before bed. Aim for quality sleep by being intentional about what you feed your mind throughout the day. You know how it is said, if you want to have a relationship with your spouse, start putting works. So before when it gets in the actual time, it will not be difficult. So be mindful of the kind of activities you engage in, the conversation you entertain, and the things you repeatedly expose yourself to. At night, the mind often replays worries, regrets, fears, conversations, and even the plans you have. This is why someone can be physically tired yet mentally active. So for good sleep, the mind and the body must work in harmony. A calming bedtime routine can help quiet your nervous system and prepare the body for rest. Let me give you some helpful calming activities you can engage in few minutes before bed. Practice deep breathing. Practice meditation and prayer. Practice gratitude reflection. Reflect on things that you overcame during the day. Reflect on mistakes you would have made, but you found a way to come out of it. Practice gentle stretching, which can even be done on your bed. You don't need a mat to do that. Also, you can play soft instrumentals in the background. You can also practice journaling your thoughts, journaling your worries. Other examples I can give you is like simple breathing exercise, which will be shown practically in subsequent videos. This practice will signal relaxation and safety to the body. Avoid heavy eating late at night. Eating large meals close to bedtime can make sleep more difficult. When you eat heavily late at night, this will happen to your system. First, your digestive system becomes very active because the stomach and the intestines are trying to work so hard to digest the food at a time when the body should be slowing down or even resting, which can cause discomfort. A full stomach may make you feel bloated, heavy, or uncomfortable, especially when lying down, which will then trigger acid reflux. Now, when you lie down after a heavy meal, stomach acid can move upward into the esophagus, causing heartburn or a burning sensation in the chest and the throat, and this can reduce the quality of sleep. Try to eat earlier. Avoid excessive sugar late at night. Don't say you want to go and drink hot chocolate. No, eat something healthy at night. That leads us to the next one, which is reduce caffeine or other stimulants. Caffeine, energy drink, strong drink, nicotine, and some sodas contain stimulants that can remain in your body for many hours. In sensitive individuals, this can interfere with nighttime sleep. increase alertness, and make relaxation difficult. When choosing what to consume, consider this: your health, your medical history, your sensitivity to stimulants, and whether certain substances affect your sleep, your mood, or your focus. I often say this, that nobody should determine for you what to eat. Before you eat anything, first listen to your body and know what is good for your body. Make the bedroom sleep friendly. Your sleep environment matters greatly. When some people hear this, what comes to the mind is luxury. It is not necessarily about luxury. It's about creating a space that feels peaceful, clean, comfortable, and very restful for you. A better sleep environment includes a dim lighting or darkness, if that's what you prefer, a quiet environment, a comfortable room temperature, clean beddings, not necessarily luxury, and a calm atmosphere. Clean beddings is especially important because it improves comfort, it improves your hygiene and sleep quality, while reducing allergens and unpleasant odor. Because while you sleep, the body tends to release sweat, which can start smelling over time when you use the beddings over and over again. The brain also associates environment with behavior. If the bed becomes associated with stress, with scrolling, with settling arguments, with quarrels, with worrying, with even walking or noise, sleep will naturally become harder in that environment. The next one is avoid overthinking about sleep. One major cause of sleeplessness is anxiety about sleeping. When you are overthinking it, oh, yesterday I didn't sleep well. Am I sure I'm going to sleep today? That causes fright in you. You say something like, I must sleep now. How? I must sleep around 10. That is why I say you have to maintain a healthy sleep window, okay? You shouldn't be anxious about it. You'll say things like, what if I can't sleep now? Oh, I only have few hours left to go and meet up with my sleep. No, it should be a time of relaxing. It should be a time of enjoyment, if that is what it is. It should be a time of relaxing, a time of reflection, not just what you do anxiously. Anxiousness during or before bedtime can increase stress hormones like cortisol and make the brain even more alert. So instead of worrying about sleeping or worrying about meeting up with time to sleep, tend to relax your body. Stop focusing on sleep and focus on resting rather than trying hard to sleep. Oftentimes, sleep comes naturally when pressure decreases. Now the next point, get daytime movement and sunlight. Physical movement and exposure to natural daylight help regulate your sleep rhythms. Avoid staying indoors in dark or gloomy environments all day. Try to open up your windows, get fresh air, step outside, and engage in physical activities. You know, we said earlier that your body works in a clockwise rhythm 24 hours. That is controlled by light, darkness, your meal time, or even your activity levels. Now imagine staying in a dark and gloomy place all day. The body does not know if it is already bright, if it is already daytime. It doesn't know what to do. It becomes confused. That will not even help you to sleep. That can slowly lead to depression. So if you are not able to get enough sleep a night before, instead of lying in bed, shutting down the windows, try to open up, try to engage in exercise. Let your body know that, okay, now it is morning. Let me do some work so that at a particular time, I will rest. So when you are done exercising your body, when you are done moving your body, get back into the same bed, rearrange the room again, and lie down. Even if it's in the afternoon, you can then make it comfortable for sleep. You find that you can easily fall asleep instead of staying in bed for a long time. Exercise is not only needed for you to lose weight, it's also needed for your sleep routines. That leads us to the next one. Be careful with long daytime naps. Long naps during the day can reduce sleepiness at night. If you must sleep in the afternoon, keep them short. ideally around 20 to 30 minutes, and avoid late afternoon naps. The next one, empty your mind before bed. Avoid carrying unresolved worries or unfinished thoughts into the bed. Like I said, your behavior can be controlled by the environment, and your body tends to behave as the environment. What can you do? Journal your thoughts. Make simple plans for tomorrow. Pray, be thankful, meditate, reflect with gratitude, or calmly process difficult conversations before bedtime. This helps signal the brain that you will deal with the things that you've not done with today. You will deal with them tomorrow. Finally, do not stay in bed frustrated for hours if you are not getting any sleep. If you are unable to sleep after a long period of waiting, trying all these that I've said, try to get up calmly. Do not pick up your phone or do not even on the TV. Avoid the screens. Do something relaxing in dim light. Read something calmly. I will suggest read your Bible, read a religious book. This works like magic, even more than sleeping pills. Pick up your Bible, pick up your psalm, read, pray, and sit quietly until you feel sleepy again. Then return to bed. This will prevent your brain from associating the bed with frustration instead of rest. In conclusion, I would love to say this. Sleep is not simply about closing your eyes. It is deeply connected to the condition of your mind, your habits, your environment, and your daily choices. When the mind is calm and the body is properly cared for, restful sleep becomes easier and more natural. A calm mind helps create restful sleep. Sleeplessness can also be associated with stress, grief, anxiety, trauma, loneliness, depression, or unresolved emotional pain. In those cases, I will suggest you seek emotional support. Go for counseling, or more still, go for therapy. Also, know that occasionally sleep difficulty is normal, especially when somebody is experiencing stress, anxiety, trauma. If that is your case, I will suggest you seek counseling, or better still, go for therapy. Remember this, good sleep is not about closing the eyes. It's about calming the mind, relaxing the body, regulating behavior, and creating peace within the environment. A good sleep is equal to a good day. Thank you so much for staying to the end of this video. Now is the you time, a time you are allowed to answer a few questions to foster engagement. Here are the questions. Take your time to attend to those questions. Till I see you on my next one, please do well to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye.